What's up, everybody? This is your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog, doing a quick late night. I'm gonna be sharing my screen, so I really don't need to see me. But if you could drop your city and state in the chat. Welcome to the 2023, 2024, 2025 bankruptcy party. What do I mean by this? There's going to be a lot of Americans filing for the bankruptcy, right? Why? Because some of their debts have caught up to them, different reasons, and there's been a lot of talk online of like, hey man, you can buy businesses for like no dollars and acquisition costs. And so this is no dig, this is no hater motion. This is a straight up moment of like when people talk about people selling courses and you guys are just selling courses. This shit's fake, man. This is kind of where that energy comes from, because this right here is Cody Sanchez. She is in Austin, Texas. This is no dash. I would love to take her to dinner. She is a wonderful businesswoman. She's worked in finance. She's kicked butt. This is where the real life application versus internet talk kind of comes to its ugly head, right? Because I'm a person who's personally tried to buy three different businesses, not one, not two, three different businesses with money, right? Let's be very clear, not without money, with money, and had incredible difficulty. And then there's also where there are business handlers or negotiation specialists that could have been used. um but I just want to dispel some of this myth of like, hey, there's 12 million businesses for sale. And at the end of the year, 1 in 12 won't sell. We know that. We absolutely already know that. Why? And I can tell you why. Business owners are stubborn. I came to one, and so a lot of people are telling you that, hey, just for the assets of the business, no money down kind of thing can happen. And I just want to clarify because I'm kind of tired of hearing it. It's kind of getting old. I get it. It's a little bit clickbaity to bring you in. Um, First things first. What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Clown Vlog. I still think it's better to start from scratch, and I'll give you a couple reasons why, and I'll go over a few different businesses for sale and different things here you can see. So, to be honest with you, 58% of dentists lose business because the people can't apply for funding to get the dental repair they need. Hence why it's so big now you see in dental offices, the funding aspect. Okay. 67% of roofing companies can't close on contracts because the person can't get funding for the deal. Right. So that's why if you're in my Middleman to Millions course, we're actually talking about multiple ways that your clients can pay for the services. You just get a check and they work out their payments with that company. There's a lot of different ways that's going to come up. And this is why this is so important, because this is some of the things that lead businesses to sell, right? They don't have the funding, they don't have the capacity. Everybody wants you to believe, oh man, they're just 65 years old and they're just tired of owning the business. That's not always the case. Sometimes they run out of love for the business, they need a break. They just want to start over. They just want to take a lump sum of cash and go somewhere. So when people keep trying to sell you this, oh yeah, you can get them for cheap, and I'm like, ugh, I hate that. Hate it. Okay. So I did tell people to go check out their video today. I still mean that. There are a ton of mom and pop places for sale. This is her view is a private equity view, right? And something I'm just telling y'all in the real world perspective is y'all will have to put some of these kids through school. People are like, whoa, 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 Erica, what's this got to do with buying businesses? I'm telling you now, if you think you're going to come in and buy somebody's HVAC company, buy someone's um, roofing company, and uh, you don't think you'll have to somewhere along the line finance people going to school, you're delusional. You will not make it in the next 5 to 10 years of American business, because we have not created a society where kids are incentivized, one, to go have a job via going to school. All right. Now, what do I mean by that? Right now, if you ask every 15 to 27-year-old man, what are you going to do? It's going to be TikTok. It's going to be a podcast. It's going to be some kind of male group coaching, even though he hasn't lived enough life to coach anybody, anything. It's going to be, a combination of like finance bro kind of type of jobs. You ask women, it's the same, right? I kind of want to be a nurse, a travel nurse, work a little bit, take the time off, girl. I want to do lashes. I want to own a nail salon. I want to do this. It's like everybody wants to own the nail salon and hair salon, but nobody wants to work the job so they can pay for the hair. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's the part I want you to understand. Like, we're all missing that key component of, like, someone has to work. There's a solid 8% of people who could be great business owners and operators, and there's like 92% of you just like watching, the YouTube. Like, I can totally do that, Erica. And it's like, nah, nah. It's terrible because it's easier to finance consumables than it is to purchase a cash flow in business. Exactly. Right. So, and this is not a perspective of somebody who's making this up. Like, I tried to purchase 3 different businesses. One was a truck repair shop / turned the back into a truck parking lot. Government incentivized me. Like, I literally had the local county gonna pay all these incentives, but we could not get the owners to agree. Right. They bought the business for like 200K 20 years ago. And now, instead of just taking $1 million and being happy that they like 10x, 20x their return because they made payments on it, they didn't pay 200K right out. They wanted 3, 4, 5 million. This ridiculous number that was a retirement number. Like, they wanted money for retirement, not the value of the actual business. And this is what y'all gonna come across is a lot of people who need some retirement money. They've been running a business all these years. They've never put any money away. They've never invested. They never paid attention to the numbers. And they just had a business all the time that put cash in their pocket. And now that they have to leave the business, oh, wow, I need 5 million for this business. Dude, you're not getting 5 mil for this business. It's worth barely a mil. Because I have to throw money into it. I have to put advertising into it. I have to train people to come in this place. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. So I'll show you an example right here. This is we're on buy, bid, sell, and I'll show a couple different ones in an investment calculator. Because there's going to be people who disagree with me on this. Oh, Ericka, you're just being a hater because she talks about it and she owns multiple different businesses and she's paid no money down. And I promise you, if she's paid no money down on the front end, she's paying buku money on the back end. Several people I know has bought small businesses. If they didn't pay a heavy lump sum on the front end, because the owner had their own bills, their own issues, their own problems, they paid heavy on the back end for the seller financing. Oh, Ericka, I bought this and that. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Or they're going overseas and bullying some guy or girl in Panama. Like, let me be honest. When we were down in Panama, I literally looked at my significant other. I said I could go buy 3 Mercedes Benz 10 to 12 person passenger vans and put them on the road in under a week. Have a driver, have the insurance, and put these bad boys on the road in less than a week for the cost of what I was paying for round trip for 10 people. I was paying like $800. So he's doing 2 of those a day, 800. Really, it's $400 per way, right? $400 per way, right? That's crazy, almost American dollar price. So he doing $800 a day on the van. The van's working almost 6 days a week. Let's do some simple math. 800 times 6. Well, yeah, times 6 is 4,800 a week times 4 weeks. That's 19,000. And that's one van. So let's say I get 3 of them. That's 57,000 in a month. That's how much in a year? That's 691,000 in a year. In where? Panama. That's not even in America. And this is the math people don't want to be mathing. What? People don't want to do that math. Nobody want to hear that. Okay. So let me just keep it moving, right? So just that's how quick I was like in another country doing math on starting a business. Now let's go here to bid sale. This is in Austin, Texas. That's right, Austin, Texas. Asking price is $38 million. Gross revenue is $14 million. The rent in the building they are in is $3,000 a month. Established in 2017. Okay, so let's just go there. We are a family owner operated business in Austin, Texas. We provide transportation services throughout the United States. We specialize in 3PL, spot market, and seasonal dedicated accounts. That means they've been running fast and loose, cruising the highways of our fine country. We always keep resources. Top tier professional drivers, innovative and creative staff, and latest trucking equipment and technology. You get everything. You get 35 employees. Doesn't say how many trucks. And they even have a little YouTube videos for you to watch. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. And there's 117 of y'all here. At least you can do is hit the like button. All right, so this is them showing you. Oh, here's our trucking. Skip all that. Okay, why was I skipping around? I didn't want to watch the whole thing. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't watch the whole thing. Um, I just didn't want to. Yeah, because buy bid sell is really just a negotiation price. That's what it is. It's really just the starting point of a negotiation price. If you have a um a what we call a handler, right? Um, because the math don't be mathing, right? So it's just like, again, what have we been seeing in trucking? You don't think it hits bigger trucking companies? My biggest thing is own the land. Now here's another one in Texas, 25-year over the road refrigerated trucking, Southeast. They're showing you these brand new trucks and brand new trailers that they just invested in. What that mean? Lots of debt on the books. They're asking for $1.2 million. Gross revenue is $2.2 million. EBITDA rent is $75 a month. Established 1987. Small fleet of Freightliners. Specialized in refrigerated transportation in Texas, over the road, long-term drivers, stable work, good working age of equipment. Average age of equipment is less than 3 years old. Trucks and trailers are not included. Listen to that, not included in the asking price, but we have sold to new under market value. Brand new listing, so the account is still working on the document upload. So what did I tell you? You're gonna be missing some documents. The accountant ain't got all the docs. Okay. Fleet of almost new Cascadias valued at $1.2 million. So that means you got to buy the Cascadias from them and trailers. So that's basically you. So basically, this price of 1.2 million is just what they want to put in their pocket. The other 1.2 million is for the value of the trucks. Owner does not need to do much. Stay at current level, about 15 hours a week. Everyone is well trained and knows what to do. I can provide 3 months of direct training so the new owner can see patterns and special situations that will move attention. Moving retirement. Okay. See how that just works? How they just gave you a picture of beautiful trucks that are not included in the deal. You see how that worked? And your cash flow is only $460,000 for the meal. But see, if they'd have put 2 million on there and your cash flow was only 400,000, you'd be like, F that. I can put that in housing and get more back. Did y'all see how they just did that? So a lot of people out here like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna buy that, and it's like, what? You're gonna buy a business? I'm gonna buy a business, Ericka, because it's gonna make cash flow from day one, and you're gonna inherit attitudes, bad staff, and all kind of stuff. Half these businesses y'all want to buy, you're gonna have to let, if not all, 75% of the staff go and start afresh, so everybody can get on the new owner's path and way of thinking about things. This is why I keep telling y'all the average right now trucking school is 3 to 7 grand. You might as well go ahead and figure out how you're gonna start bringing in about 10 every 2-3 years, 10 young people that you're gonna send to trucking school. At this rate, I promise you, it's just be cheaper for you than to spend all the advertising and marketing. Send them to trucking school, put them on some local routes, and then by year 2, your insurance is less crazy and you got them on the road. You're gonna get tax deductions for sending them to school anyway. Okay, plumbing. It's gonna cost you 1,000 to 7,000 to send folks to plumbing school. So let's go ahead and find 10 of those dudes. You're gonna send to plumbing school. Have some older plumbers they work under, and in 2-3 years, you got a whole batch of great certified aged plumbers. This is the things nobody want to talk about though. I'm gonna go buy a business, and you're gonna buy all the same problems the person had before. You got 12 million people wanting to sell a business. You know what I'm saying? And 1 in 12 by the end of the year will not sell it. Why? I'm telling you, I started when I tried to buy 3 different businesses. People don't want the value of the business. They want, you relieve me of my stress. Pay me an extra $1 million, $2 million because I feel like the value is that. because let's be honest, if I'm in my 60s and I got to start all over again, if you give me $1 million, that'll make me happy. But 2 million, I can go play around and figure out some other stuff I want to do and rebuy and reinvest in. This I'm just trying to have an honest moment with y'all, because a lot of this internet is selling y'all this. You can buy businesses, you can buy ownership, you can loan them money. You can okay, all right, cool. Like, cool. I'm gonna let y'all roll with that. Okay. So this is in Sugarland, Texas. I can already tell you what this is. This is probably a flex space. Probably a flex space. And long and the story short, they're asking for 175,000. Gross revenue is 145,000. Inventory is worth 100K. Your rent is 3,400 a month. I would argue for that rent down. Let's go down here. Over 8 years in business. Excellent location. If you know anything about medical supply, majority of this stuff is you're shipping this out. You don't need to have a great location. You could have a hole in the wall somewhere and just ship this stuff out. And so that already catches my eye. Okay. Next to the Dollar Tree and behind the Saltgrass. So let's even pull this up like this. Let's do this. Do, 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 do. All right. So we established a durable. Oh, will it let me? It's tripping. Let me see if it'll let me even have copy paste it. Let me copy paste it. Hold on. Okay, let me get back to the screen. No, that wasn't it. Where is it? Hold on. Stop share. Let's try it again. All right, is this good information for y'all so far? Drop a one in the comments so I can know and keep going. I think this was the one I was on. I hope I didn't get rid of it, but this might be it. Oh no, it's a different one. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try to go back to it. This is another one. Same deal. Asking price. They're gonna negotiate because see their gross revenue is $1 million a year, but their cash flow is only 200K. So what does that tell you on that math? They want to sell you something for $1 million that only makes 200K. You better get out of my face. You better get out of my face with this, right? So let me go back to the land. I can show you where that one medical supply place was that didn't even need to be in a plaza. Didn't even need to be there. Bob, this ain't the show for that. Thanks for the super chat, but we're not talking about that. Stay on topic. That's a learning disability. When we can't stay on topic, that's a learning disability. I know I got ADHD, but it's a struggle, but stay on topic. All right, so this is the Generations right here. Medical supply place. They don't even need to be in a plaza, truthfully, unless they just shipping. I mean, they're really just shipping stuff. You see how it looks? They don't even need this location. They should just be shipping things. They should just have enough contracts where they're just shipping stuff. That's all they're focused on. So they're spending 36,000 a year to be in this location when they really could be in a warehouse location for 1,000 and don't even need to be on a strip at all. Just shipping this stuff out. All right. All these products and stuff like that, this is all can be internet. This will all be e-commerce related. The person that's really in the office, all they need to do all day is ship. Boxing and shipping. That's it. Generating orders on the computer and boxing and shipping. That's it. This is somebody I would honestly, let me just do it another little way to think of this. I would buy this only if I was going to go pursue government contracts to sell this stuff. That's it. That is it. So just a little something to think on there. Let me go here. Yeah, they don't even need foot traffic, to be honest. This is an online kind of thing they can focus on. Okay, let me go to the next one. So 177 people here. Hit the like button. Yeah, I mean the lease expires to 8/23. Exactly. So is the person who owns the plaza going to ask me for more money? That ain't happening, right? So things like that, little stuff like that. So here's another one. And I'm doing this as a walkthrough just because when people say, well, I can find stuff on here for 150. This is a tax office, right? 150,000. Seller financing available, right? You can get your taxes done here. 20-year franchise tax service. Been looking for someone who wants to work in the business and take over. Owner willing to work with potential new owner, provide training. Webster, Texas. Prime location off the highway. Moving. Why are they selling? They're moving into bookkeeping full time. Right? They're tired of the hustle and bustle for 4 months and worse some people coming in looking for taxes breaks. That's what it is. That's what they're saying, basically. It makes more. Most people I know that are doing taxes right now are moving into resolutions or things that are higher paying. But what do I know about it? What did I tell you the other day about tax business? Instead of buying this person's location for 150,000, I can get somebody like Credit Irene to set me up and do all my stuff, get my websites running and everything for 10K. Go get a spot. This person paying 2,300 rent. Run ads. Get that spring traffic. Get about 1,000 people at $500 is what? 1,000 people at $500 is what? Put it in the chat. 1,000 people at $500 is what? And people like, ain't nobody paying that, Ericka. Yes, they are. Go to HR Blog. Look it up. Look it up. Seasonal business. Right? Seasonal business. So they're moving to bookkeeping so they can do it all year long. No, try that math again. 1,000 people at $500 is what? There you go. 500K. Right? So really my goal every year is just to get 1,000 people in to do their taxes. That's it. But that's a lot of people in 4 months. Let's say my goal is just 2,000. That's $1 million business. Gross, not net. Now you gotta have one or two, three girls in office, work in the office, working as seasonal. Incentivize them with some bonuses. Keep one or two part time for that, bookkeeping. You know, but I'm not gonna buy $150,000 business because it's just that location and there's reoccurring customers. I'd have to see their list of reoccurring customers and how many years in a row have they been reoccurring. Right? Again, people are trying to convince you to buy these businesses now. And here's the thing. Everybody don't need to start a business, but there is this nature of United States right now where people want to have what? They want to have a victim story. I'm going to go overseas. When I hear all these people talking about they're going to go overseas and date women and do all this other stuff and learn languages, they want to have a struggle story. Well, America just isn't working out for me. I'm going, cool. They want to live in a van down by the river, have a struggle story. They feel guilty about having it easy, so they want the difficulty. So a lot of times people say, well, I'm going to buy a business, Ericka, because the internet told me I could buy it for no money down. And I am telling you now that is not accurate. I'm telling you now that's not accurate. Why do people want to leave America? Why do people have such negative crybaby videos online? Is they don't own anything here. They don't own a home. They don't own a car. And so when you don't own something, it's easy for you to set it on fire. Why do you go to some of these hood neighborhoods and some of these mountain Appalachian places and it looks terrible and there's trash on the ground and there's dumping and there's Philly looks the way it looks? Because the people don't own it. When people own a house, they own the front yard. They're putting flowers and vegetables and gardening and they're doing all these things. It's because they have a piece of it. When you don't own, you don't care what it looks like. You don't care that it gets run down. You don't care that every neighborhood is full of rent to own centers and pawn shops and that crap, because it just makes money. That's how people are looking at it. Okay. So when I talk about, hey, you can start a business, oh, people hate hearing that. You know why? Because they think it's going to be the next 2 to 3 years of rough times and starting businesses. And when really, let's be really honest. There's a million booklets and template businesses out here that tell you step by step what to do. Even franchise books that tell you step by step what to do and who to hire. See, what you want to do is skip all I don't want to have to hire nobody. I just want to show up and start getting a check every month, Ericka. I want to buy into an already running thing. And I get that. I really do. But I'm telling you, it would be cheaper for you to go down the road and buy 2 vans at the fleet place, wrap those vans, Get your phones ringing at your office, a small little hole in the wall office, right? And make cash money that way. It would be better. It would be better for you. And that's the thing nobody wants to hear. Now let's go over here to compound interest real quick. Let me pull this up because some people are like, Ericka, you don't understand. It'll take 5,000 years for me to have any money in my account and me to have any money. Okay, again, we're going to go with a basic scenario. I have $5,000 and I never, and again, you can do this yourself. This is called investor.gov. Investor.gov. This is by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Again, they have great information how to protect yourself and protect your investments. So let's just go. Here's the compound interest calculator. We put 5,000 in. We never put another dollar in. We never put another dollar in our life in. And let's say it takes just 20 years. And the average stock market over S&P over the past 100 years has been 9.8%. No matter what y'all want to, it's crashing, it's falling. It's been 9.8% over annually. So we calculate that for 20 years. Calculate 20 years. We never put another dollar in after $5,000. We're at $32,000. Oh my God, we're rich, Becky. Right? So now let us reshift that. Let us reshift it. Right? Is everybody seeing the screen? Put a one in the comments if you're seeing the screen. Let's say I have a lump sum. Let's say I have $50,000. I'm not gonna put any more money in over the next 5 years. I'm gonna let it sit. But instead, I've got a mixture of high yield. I'm talking about 15, 20%. If you're in my Ericka Williams Classy Climb Invest, you'll see where I've got one of my pies at 26% returns. But don't do what I say. This isn't investing advice. This is look for your own. I'm gonna say 15% because somebody's gonna cry, Ericka, that's unreasonable. Even though I can find that on the stock market, that's reasonable. So let's just say 15% annually for the next 5 years. Let's calculate it. In 5 years, you'd have $100,000. That's right. In 5 years, you would have doubled your money. Does that make sense, everybody? Is that making sense for everybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to move this comment? Is it blocking? I apologize. Can y'all see that though? Is everybody? Let me put myself even smaller. Put myself real small down here at the bottom. Can everybody see? Let me move this around, make it bigger. Right? So I put 50,000 in. I leave nothing else. I leave it for 5 years. I'm aiming for 15% returns through particular REITs and different investments on the stock market. I'm not even going fancy. And in 5 years, I'll have $100,000. Let's say, let's go ahead and give it 20 years. Let's give it 20 years. 20 years. I'll have $818,000. And I never put another dime in. Right? And people say, Ericka, 20 years, I'm already 50. I'll be 70. Okay. Well, you may live to be 90. You know, no, you don't know that. Right? And this is why they say start earlier than sooner. Right? Now let's even go here. I'm trying to be careful. 5 years, 25%. And people say, Ericka, that's not possible. I'm gonna say 20. That's not possible, Ericka. No way, not 20%. People get that return in property every single year. Investing in the hood, investing in the mid-range housing, flipping land. People get that all the time. So just relax. 50,000, 5 years, 20% interest. Set it and forget it. We're at 124,000. This is why this whole I gotta flip it, Ericka. I need this money. I need to turn it to a business. I need to do it. Like you could literally pick wisely and hold for 5 years. Just 5. I'm not asking you to hold forever. I'm just asking you to hold for a little bit. All right. Let's even go crazier. Let's go 250, 250,000. Ericka, no. What if you got hit by a car? This is your payout. You got your 250. You hold it for 5 years and 20% interest. You found some hard money people you're going to work with. You found some land you want to invest in. 5 years, you have 662,000. Right? Well, that interest is too high. Let's bring it back down. Let's take it down to 15. Which at this point you could throw an egg and get 15. But I'm not trying to insult people. In 5 years, you'd have $500,000. You would have doubled your money at 15% returns. Let's say 10 years. Let's give you 10 years. Give you 10 years. In 10 years, you'd have $1 million with 250,000 at 15% interest returns. And you can get that literally via property. You get that via a couple of different ways. You literally get that via dividend stocks, high yield dividend stocks, which would be oil and gas, which would be mining companies, which would be food, a couple apartment complex companies. Stay out of New York REITs, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Why am I showing you this? There is a lot of flashy, right? A lot of flashy out here selling y'all the flashy, and you don't need it. You literally can kind of get very, very boring businesses that make money. You can get very boring situations that make money just by holding. And the reason people are building from the ground up is because basic math tells me if I'm going to spend 150,000 building something brand new, right? And I get 1,800 a month return on it, right? Times 12. That means every year I'm getting 21,000 off this property, right? 21,000 off this property times 5 years. In 5 years, I've made $100,000 in income from this property. Just needs to be steady, right? This is why people build new construction. So let's say I come down and build a duplex for 250, right? And I'm getting 1,700 each side. So 1,700 times 2, right? That's 3,400 a month. That's before property manager, before taxes, for the little rent, all that other stuff, right? We're just doing gross for now. Times 12, that's 40 grand a year off one property. Well, Ericka, what about the mortgage? Because you built it from the ground up. You got to pay for it. Okay. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you some math. 40K times me owning it for 10 years. Because guess what? I've got a 25-year roof and a 20-year AC. I put everything in the house so I know what's in it. So over the course of 10 years, I'll get 400 grand out of that property. Could you see why somebody would keep building 4 or 5, 10, 12 duplexes on a street? If they know in 10 years, 10 years out of this duplex, I'm going to get 400,000. Let's say we're not accounting. We're just doing basic gross math right now. You guys can go play with lots of calculators. You can go play with a lot of calculators, but that's the problem. Everybody's like, oh, what about the losses? What about the losses? Listen, we're just doing basic growth math. Take a deep breath. Let's say I have 2 properties. In 10 years, I'll have $800,000 in rent. 2 sets of duplexes. Let's say I have 3. Let's go 3. All right. Let's say I bought 3. I built 3 duplexes side by side on some lots. Okay. Times 3. I've made $1.2 million in 10 years. And the property is only a 10-year-old property. The roof's got 10 more good years. The AC's got 10 more good years. You want to sell it and get rid of it because you're tired of looking at these raggedy duplexes. You're getting on nerves. The tenants get on your nerves. Now, what's the difference in when they're a newer duplex? A newer duplex, somebody's going to do what? They're going to stay longer because it's newer. So instead of your tenant bouncing after the first year, unless they're just determined to go buy their own home, they're going to live there a good 3 to 5 years. Nice and steady. Right? So a lot of times what happens is we get really like, oh my God, I'm going to buy a business. I'm going to start a wholesaling company. I'm going to do all these quick, sexy, unique things. And we really don't have to do that. We really can keep it simple. I know somebody right now who's built 5 properties. Let's go ahead and do the math on their 5 properties. Now, again, I'm just going to use the numbers we've been using to keep it simple, right? Let's say they have a duplex is giving them 3, 4 times 5. All right, they're making 17 a month. All right, this is gross, not net. 12. That's 204,000 off of 5 properties. Okay. Does that not seem like a whole business? Do you think they mind paying a property manager 10% of that, which is 20 grand? Do you think they mind paying for the grass to get cut? Do you think they mind light maintenance? And somebody can say, what about the mortgage? Okay, let's cut it in half. Let's give some of y'all some satisfaction because you can't breathe unless I give you that. Let's just cut it in half. You still made 102,000, right? Which I don't even really need to cut it in half because your mortgage should be tiny, but I'm just being nice, right? What screen? You can't see the investor calculator? What can't you see? Let me know what you can't see. Can everybody see the investor calculator? I'm just reading numbers to you. I'm not putting it in the calculator. I'm literally just you literally can pull out your phone and put a calculator out and I'm literally doing the math for you. I'm literally walking you through the math. But let's not over. And again, we're not even talking about. Let's say we're getting 200K a year off these properties, right? We're not even talking about depreciation. We're not even talking about certain write-offs. We're not talking about repairs. We're not talking about any of that. We're just talking about gross math on those five. 200K. Now we hold those for 10 years. We built them. We hold them. We've made $2 million in rent, right? And we want to sell them. We want to get rid of them in a package. We can do that. That makes sense? So a lot of this is like, I don't want you guys to, oh, Ericka, the newest sexy thing is how can I, do all this subject to and this and that. And like, cut it out. Cut it out. The best thing you can do right now, if you have your taxes in your hand, you have a job with paycheck subs, is to go get pre-approved. Go get pre-approved. Find out how much you can buy. If you like the numbers, okay, work from that. If you don't like the numbers, you can build what you want. If you feel like you're destined for more, I need to be able to control a small business. Cool. Let's do it. Right? But let's not get crazy on how can I do it with no money down. That's just not gonna work though. It's not. Right? It's a hard sell. Let me see. There was another thing I was gonna show you on buy biz sell. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see real quick. Let me see. There was another one I had. Oh no. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no. Let me see. Let me go in here and click in here one more time. I know I had something. Let me see if I can find it real quick, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Okay, let me see this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. I thought I had it. Let me see. Oh my goodness, y'all. When I want to show y'all something, it just disappeared on it. Okay. Almost there, y'all. My bad. My apologies. Let me see if I can pull it up. When I want to show something cool, it's like it disappears on you. Okay, sorry, you guys. Okay, so there is a. Okay, I'm gonna show you franchise. I'm gonna show you this other thing. Let me pull it up. Took me a minute. 100K W2 for 10 years, 1 million gross. Yeah, 200K W2 for 10 years is 2 million gross. Put away Half 100K to 1 million, let it compound. To me, you already know. You know, already know what I'm trying to say. If people are gonna fight you on the most basic. It's like go get a higher paying job, put half the money away. Like when I talk about the guy who has over 37 apartment complexes and mobile home parks they bought in the last 3 years, you know where it came from? A bunch of engineers who make a lot of money. So when they say, hey, the minimum's 50K, then they go find 20 people who got 50K and they put it in an apartment, then the next apartment, then the next apartment. And this is the thing nobody want to talk about. It's very simple, but that's another conversation. This is the screen I'm pulling a lot of this from to show y'all. Again, you can go right now on buybitsell.com. You can go a million different ways on this page. Okay. You can literally go industries. But this isn't the one I want to show y'all. Service businesses, right? We talk about that. Let me stop this page. Let me go to the other page. Put another page up. There's 220 people here. Hit the like button while we're at it. Okay, so this is a Texas oil wells and production. Only 25K investment, Orange County. Cash flow $575,000 a year. Okay, low risk, high return. Currently turning 34%. Amazing business to sell. This business has been selling for years with continuous growth. We have 4 land leases with wells that are currently producing and returning close to 32% annually. In addition to the current established deep well production, 2 additional wells are going online, increasing returns at 53% annually. Huge tax advantages, major tax write-offs, tax credits. The wells are in Anderson County. Well, must see project. Okay. It's got 5 employees, 4 leases, 4 wells. Now, why are they asking for 25,000, y'all? Why are they asking for it? Let's do some math. Why are they asking for such a low price, y'all? Why are they asking for such a low price? Right? Why are they asking for such a low price, y'all? Tell me why they're only asking for $25,000 when they got 4 land leases and 4 employees. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on it. Y'all tell me, y'all. It takes a little bit 30-second delay. I'm gonna let y'all marinate on it. Y'all tell me why. Why y'all think that is? Let me show you the other one. Okay. Here's the other one. Low risk development Rio Bravo joint. Asking 50,000. It's in Wyoming. 5 wells were drilled in 2022 and are pending completion, while remaining 2 have been issued permits and were drilled in 2023. Contact Equal Resources. All right. Location, Plano, Texas. That's the office. That is not where they're drilling. Plano, Texas is a very nice area. I don't know if y'all can see this page. I don't think y'all can. Can y'all see this page? I don't think you can. Hold on, let me do it like this. Can you guys hear me in here? You guys okay? I don't see any comments for why y'all think the other one's 25K. Y'all clearly don't care, but that's cool. Let me finish this out and close on out of here. You can go look at this on your own. All right. Wyoming, Converse, Colorado. Why would there be some hesitation for people trying to get in here? What's the big issue with Wyoming and Colorado? Anybody watch the show Yellowstone? Why is these projects asking for such little money? They're giving you lots of information. Why are they asking for such little money? Miss Williams, keep going till we 10 toes down. They're priced so low because of Biden and the Dems. You have to put a bunch of money into the wells to drill. Cash flow problem. Exactly. You got these land leases. How much do they cost? You're in Colorado, Wyoming, areas that are very anti against all the gas and fracking. That even though they got you there, they don't want you to tear it up too much because they want to keep these areas nice and beautiful and green. Right? These are these things nobody's asking the real questions here. Why are these things so cheap? I would look at land conservatives. There you go. All right. You got native tribes across both these places. Environmental impact. There you go. All right. So one of these just popped up in Austin. That's why I noticed this. It's a 100K cash requirement. Minimum 39,000 franchise fee. What is the problem with owning some of these places? You have to train young people. All right. Net worth required 450,000. Again, a lot of y'all are like, I'm gonna buy these franchises and I'm just gonna do A, B, and C because I've got money to buy and I'm gonna just buy an already made business. And I'm already telling you, if you don't qualify, you will not have them. It is easier. It is easier, and I'm gonna tell you this by personal knowledge of a person right now. They started a handyman business 2 years ago, almost two, here in Austin. They only got one van, two workers, but they now have the opportunity to go buy another person's business. Do you know the bank is real nice to them because they're like, oh, you're buying a competitor. This man only got this business running with one van for the past 2 years. They ain't not competitors. But when you want to go in the bank and say, yeah, I'm going to buy this other branch of this other business across the street, it looks better that you already been having something running. It looks better that you already have what? Experience in that lane. And trust me, once you start owning something, you can see your competitors around you, if they're doing well, if they're not doing well, if they want to sell. And a lot of times these people want to sell not because business isn't good, but it's either got repetitive, they're bored, they just don't want time, they don't want to deal with it. Their son or daughter hadn't had grandbabies in Florida. They want to move to Florida now. People don't really be thinking. They just emotionally, I want to run. Okay. Nobody sacrifices, nobody gets anywhere. All right. And that's nobody want to talk about that part. There's a lot of boring businesses out there that run our country, and people, home health advisors, home health care, window cleaning. That sounds, boring to people, but there's people that are doing it every day. Locksmith companies, right? People fixing keys, tree removal services companies, dry cleaning businesses, right? Electrical contractor businesses. I think you guys really think you guys going to get out of sending some of these kids to school and sending these workers to school. Everybody wants to complain about the lack of workers, but y'all going to have to pay for the training. That's just all there is to it. Y'all going to have to pay for the training. Well, I already want to buy something that's already running, Ericka. Then it could just run and I make money. And okay, you got to have some money to buy it. What owner is selling something that's putting money in their pocket? Oh, Ericka, they just got older. It's not just they got older. It's some type of distress there. If they could just run it absentee owner, they would do that. There's a reason. This is where we don't want to talk about it. Why would somebody with contracts, a very functioning business putting money in their pocket every month, why would they want to sell? Did their spouse die? Did people leave the company? Is their name bad in these streets? Right? Why all of a sudden do they want to run? What happened? Right? Are you just buying a name? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why would you buy a name? No need to just buy names when you can start stuff from scratch for 50K, 75K. So just something to think on. There's a lot of people selling you that hype machine of there's people selling businesses everywhere, and there's a reason they're selling. There's a reason. Is it how it's run? Is it the staff? Is it the mom and pop themselves that got on everybody's nerves? What's the reason? Right? So I hope that made sense. I hope it wasn't just a bunch of blah blah blah. You guys just went over your head or whatever. But you got to get the funding in order. And if I can't tell you to put yourself on payroll, I know two people right now who the funding was almost contingent on payroll. Oh, you don't have W-2s. And I'm like, dude, they're running like a 300K a year business. Oh boy, put himself on payroll. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, we got your stuff approved. It's the same company, just paying him now. A lot of y'all don't understand that banks, even if they tighten restrictions, they're running off of old systems and old numbers and old metrics. Like, oh, we feel better. Look at that W-2. I'm just telling you, I'm trying to give y'all a heads up because I just know people are selling y'all a lot of this course game. And I'm not a hater on the course game. I get it. Courses help people, but you're going to see a big move this year from courses to in-person events, services. You got to show me some service. right? The amount of emails we got from the funding course, I think we have over 700 people in the funding course bundle. Out of those people, half of y'all are like, Eric, I need credit repair. Can you send me to somebody? Don't worry, we already partnered with somebody. We're gonna send you to them, and they can handle all of it. You can talk to them, get all your stuff straightened. I have a 1-800 number. Y'all can, it's next week, not this week. Call. We got somebody. We connected with somebody for trade lines. We also connected with somebody for credit repair. We also even got some mortgage brokers that y'all can go talk to, because that was we get so many emails at the Classy Climb about, can Ericka give me a recommendation on this? Can Ericka give me a recommendation on that? I'll be like, what is going on? So out of 700 people, the 420 that have filled out a lot of the surveys, thank you. It's very helpful. This helped me connect with some people to help you. And that way you get the help you need. You don't just come to this channel and you're frustrated because, well, Ericka, I got the funding course and I did some of the steps, but I didn't do all the steps because I still need some help with my credit. Okay, no problem. We're going to go ahead and just get you on to where you need to be. Right? And that way, when you see companies for sale for 150, 200,000, you can now decide something like that. Right? So this is, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay to put these kids through training. That's just, I don't know how people are not putting that part of the equation together for these American companies, but you got to hear it. My friend bought a Starkly Cuts, and it's hard, cannot maintain consistent workers, lack of folks with quality management skills. There you go. That's everywhere. I mean, I know 2 people bought a medical spa because I'm like, I really want to buy a cryotherapy place. And they're like, Ericka, no, don't do a med spa. The girls, they always switch jobs. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I know the long-term future for cryotherapy, saunas, this alternative medicine is very it's very poignant. People need it, people want it, and they want it. The grind is well working. I'm telling you, solid step to wealth. If at some point solid step to wealth, you got to cough up $20K, put 2-3 kids through school down there, make them write a contract with you. It's gonna go on their credit. If they don't pay, if they don't stay working for a year, it's gonna go on their credit. That's what they do with them truckers. Why didn't they think to sell it to their number one employee? Because exactly, they never look at their employee that way, John. They don't think their employee has any money saved. They don't think they have the heart in it, right? I'm an organizational psychologist, literally in the business of people, management, leadership, and training. There are resources to help folks. Yeah. What are your thoughts on buying a percentage of a company like 25%? The example, the owner stays on and you're enhancing marketing and leads to sell the business in 5 years. I'm not gonna lie to you, Terrell Parker. I'm not a fan of that, because then the owner, because here's the thing, when you buy a business, it's a new sheriff in town. It's a new way of doing things. People are on their toes. People are really now ready to do, okay, oh God, new owner. I need to go start looking for a new job, or I need to get in line and get on ship. When the same owner stays on, it's hard to turn, because what you're going to do is you're going to hype up the leads, get more leads into the business. And guess what? The same issues and same problems, which was that owner, which is usually the bottleneck of the business, is there. So it really would take an overhaul of the way they manage, the way they run the business, honestly. So I'm not excited for that. I know people try to sell people on that, but I'm not excited for that, because I'm telling you, hit the live video. Yeah, dry cleaners, car washes. You can pay attention when private equity starts building new car washes every place, every corner. You see a dry cleaning place, or you see a washer, laundromat. Like, some of the stuff you can tell it's over. I'm not gonna say oversaturated, but they're just trying to get returns on their money. And to me, your best returns are going to be housing, farms, RV parks where people can get further and further out. AC repair, right? AC in the Southeast. Why do you think Grant Cardone is marketing so hard to HVAC companies? He literally said it, that the GrowCon, he wants to buy a portion of like 1 million businesses, which is hyperbole, right? But he'll probably buy into 100,000 of them, right? Because the owner's strapped for cash and they're not making good decisions. So then they'll sell a piece of their company, and now really they work for them. That's what it is. I mean, people do it. But you almost got to come in like Marcus Lemonis, like, hey, I got $1 million and I'm going to do all these things, and you got to follow the suit, or I'm going to buy you out the rest of the company and put your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's That's why that whole buying business thing was interesting. And that's where Grant kind of got mad with Marcus Lemonis, because he's like, I pitched that idea to those companies first and they wouldn't take it from me. And I'm like, Grant, they don't want you on TV, dude. They just don't want you on TV. Marcus Lemonis made it work, his personality. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the friend that I know that has a handyman company with one van and two employees was able to go in the bank with more ease as a seasoned business holder of a similar industry to buy this other company and take over their books than a normal guy would be. And that's why I say, starting from scratch, at least you have this skin in the game, this thing that puts 5 to 25K in your pocket a month, and it's run by your office manager, and the leads come in and it's almost automatic. That's more my speed. And if you're in the Middleman to Millions course, you'll see, I think next week on a Wednesday or Thursday, we have a live training where I'm going to show you the website stuff we're using, the AI technology, and how we're going to get ahead in some of that stuff. But this is just, private equity likes to keep this under wraps that, oh, I didn't know so many people knew about this. Cody Sanchez is doing what she does. She's going to make a lot of money from sales and people wanting to sell her their business because the internet's okay. But at the end of the day, what they're not reinforcing to you is you're going to have to train these kids. Someone is going to have to. There's not enough 35 to 55-year-old people, right? And because this is what's really happening, and I'm gonna just say it in the nicest way possible. You have a lot of people been chasing the happiness movement the past 10 years, and they will keep doing it in the next 5 years. And then they're gonna wake up and be 37 to 55 and go, oh my God, I need to work because I'm hungry. I got to eat. I can't live in a van anymore. I got kids. I'm married, older. I'm just older. And I got to do it. Now I hate my effing job. I hate all this stuff. And now I'm on the internet talking about communism and how we need more equitability and people should have discounts. And you're going to be that person because you realize now the next 20 years, you got to work. You played the I'm going to just run around and have good times. And now it's come back to bite you. It's come back to bite you. That's what it's going to be. You have a bunch of people that are going to wake up and be like, I need a trade now. I have to have a trade. I can't BS at a job on a computer anymore. I have to have a trade. So what I'm trying to advise you of is, if you're in any of these fields and you can make dirty, crazy money, HVAC, repair, plumbing, roofing. You know how many people I know in solar and roofing that have millions of dollars made in the solar and roofing in under 2 years? It's insane. But it's because the fewer we have of people wanting to climb on a roof, the more the money's going to go up. Right? It's just going to be that way, right? And so what happens? Now you're paying all this money to workers to come and contractors to come do roofs, and they can just walk off the job and they can have an attitude with you because they know you can't get nobody else. So it's better that you have one or two older guys that are seasoned. You got a little bit of new equipment that just throws the roofing material up the roof, if you haven't seen those ladders, and you hire 2 or 3 guys, and in the part of your Indeed application is you're providing on-job training. You can let them know if they can come without any training, and you're going to provide on-the-job training. You're going to send them to school for the next 6 months. This is just this is what's the future going to be. So if you're thinking of being in these specialties and you want to buy a company, you're still going to have to train the new people coming up behind those folks. So be prepared for that, and be prepared to put people through community college. And figuring out, okay, well, this kid can't read. This kid don't even got a GED. This kid barely finished high school. Now we got to skeek them into the community college or certification training program, right? Because right now I know 2 people who own trucking companies in the West Coast, and they have a 34-bay truck repair company. They had to train so many people through school that they became a certified school. So she, instead of being the top #1 woman on the West Coast and Washington for truck repair, she now has a truck repair school because she has to train all these people. It's insane. And so we're sitting at this conference and I'm eating with her. I'm laughing. I'm like, man, you would have never thought of that. She's like, I would have never thought I'd have to train hundreds of people a year, now to the point where she sells off some of the students. Like some of the students, she's calling other people. Like, I got some students that are just graduating because we're going to be short 400,000 diesel truck people in about 5 years, 5 to 10 years. This is why a lot of those trucking companies are trying to get the electric. They ain't telling you that part. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. And I hope I see you at the Ground Up Construction Conference in end of April. I want y'all to know, like, it takes about 12 months to build a 10 to 30 unit apartment complex. And boy, if I knew what I knew now, I'd have started some of this stuff way many years ago. But we have that going on. We have Zanzibar July 17th through 22nd. And I want you just to understand, like, the video pissed off a lot of people the other day, and I'm glad it did. Because that's the key. You should want to have some momentum. If you watch this channel, you shouldn't want to be stagnant. So this is your girl Ericka, Classy Climb Blog. You guys have a great evening.